Nervousness. What is it and why there's no need to be afraid of it? Hi, Robert Hardman here. In this video, I want to talk to you about nervousness, what it is and why you should embrace it. If you haven't already done so, then please click on the button below and please subscribe to this channel. Click on the bell so you'll be notified of up and coming videos in the coming weeks and months ahead. So I want to talk about nervousness and what it is and how it affects us and why you need to embrace it. Nervousness is a feeling that comes on that's a natural response to our flight or fight mechanism. It's your flight or fight response preparing you for something new. But the thing about it is there's no need to be afraid of it. There's no need to be uncomfortable with it. Feelings like stress and anxiety and nervousness are a natural feeling that comes up as a response to your flight or fight mechanism. And we need to embrace those emotions because they're there to keep us safe. We have been trained that anxiety and stress and even depression is a bad thing. And in moderation, everyone gets stressed, everyone gets nervous, everyone gets depressed to a certain extent. But there's no need to fear it. There's no need to feel uncomfortable with it. And that's what most people do. Most people, when they feel nervous in a new situation, they feel uncomfortable. They feel as if there's something wrong. And then they go through a cognitive process where they start to overanalyze the situation and they start to create an even more overwhelming feeling of nervousness and anxiousness. But there's no need to be afraid of it. You have to embrace it. One of the things that I teach my clients on a daily basis is to start the process of feeling comfortable with being uncomfortable. Feeling comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when you're in a new situation and you feel nervous, it's just natural. It's called being human. It's being a human being, and there's no need to be afraid of it. You need to train yourself on a daily basis to start to feel comfortable when you're moving out of your comfort zone. And the only way to do that is when you're in an uncomfortable situation and you have an uncomfortable feeling, to start to feel comfortable with it. Because once you start to train yourself, well, this is natural and this is the way it's supposed to feel, then you're not afraid of it. Then the mind actually starts to become part of the process and you start to feel comfortable get into new situations. Because if you think about this, if you start to feel uncomfortable with every new situation you go into, if you start to feel nervous in every situation you go into, then what will actually happen, you'll stop yourself from growing. You'll stop yourself from moving forward. You'll start to go back into your comfort zone and your mind will start to protect you because you'll start to overanalyze that situation. And that, feeling of nervousness can escalate to a feeling of, anxiety and panic. But if you start to train yourself with starting to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable, then you can actually start to learn that feeling nervous around a new situation is okay. Feeling anxious is just a natural way of your body telling you, we need to reassess this situation inside our mind and be comfortable with it. So when you're nervous around something new, tell yourself that it's fine, it's okay. Tell yourself that it's just being part of being human. It's just a natural way of the body responding to a new environment or a new situation. Because trust me, once you do that and you start to reframe it in a different way, once you walk away from that situation, you have had a new experience. And that new experience will lead to what's called a feel-good factor. Because if you handle a situation where you were maybe nervous in the past, and then you embrace the nervousness and you think to yourself, well, do you know something? I'm going to handle this different. I'm going to start to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. Once you go through that situation and you face that situation with a new experience, then you have a feel-good factor inside. It feels good, you've handled it totally different, the mind perceives it in a totally different way. And what you actually do is you start to train yourself to be comfortable and to feel okay when you're in a situation when you're nervous. Nervousness is something we all experience. We see people who are fantastic at what they do, whether it's in sport, whether it's in business, whether it's in politics, and they all get nervous because it's a natural response. It's something you can actually use. It's a feeling that you can actually use inside as a way of telling yourself, this is me moving forward. This is me moving forward in the world, and bringing myself out of my comfort zone. And this feeling that I'm going to experience, or this feeling I'm experiencing right now of nervousness, is fine. So be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. If you feel nervous around something, it's just a natural way of being. It's just a natural feeling inside. It's a natural response from your fight or flight mechanism when you're in a new situation. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Feel good around it. Feel comfortable with it. Because like everything else, once you start to train yourself to do that, after a few times you'll start to stretch yourself. You'll start to want to go into other situations because you know that this feeling of feeling nervous and this nervousness is fine. It's what we all experience when we face new situations, and it's part of being human. So there's no need to be afraid of it. Embrace it and use it to help you move forward. If you found any value in this short video, then please leave a comment in the comment section below. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Click on the button below, click on the bell so you'll get notification of new up and coming videos over the next coming weeks and months ahead. In the next video, I want to talk to you about panic attacks versus anxiety attacks, how they're different and how you can actually deal with them. So for now, thank you for watching this video. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.